an advert for this drag show in Eugene, and it was this young girl, and that piqued my interest. So I downloaded it and looked at it and sent it to a friend, and we both started digging into it, who these people were and what this was going on. It just looked bad. As soon as I started posting about it, I think they started to see comments, or they saw the thread on Twitter, and there was some pushback immediately from the pub in the comments of the event on their personal Facebook page, that they were trying to gaslight people who were upset by this, telling them that they were the ones that was sexualizing it, which is typically what happens when you push back against these kind of things, what I've noticed. One of the women who owns it calls herself the Queen of Antifa. It's known as an Antifa hangout bar, but they're denying that, of course. One of the major themes that I've come across with Antifa is their defense of trans children, and that makes them very, very angry if you say anything about trans people, or if there's pushback against not running kids through the medical system in order to trans them. That's a huge element of what I've come across. There's pictures of the daughter picking up cash off of a stage or being handed cash, and then there's a Venmo and a Cash App for this young girl, and you can see where people have donated money and specifically referenced drag shows. It was her drag mother, and in drag culture there are mentors for younger people, and the woman that was arrested on child pornography charges was her drag mother that had been mentoring her since she was at least 6 or 7. And it looks like it's her actual mother, who is also what they call a bio drag queen, and she is, if I'm understanding their flyer correctly or their advertising correctly, she's reading stories as a drag queen, her mother. When going through pictures on her Facebook page that her mother's created, you can see pictures of other children, a few who look like they're involved in this lifestyle, and some that are just there at the shows. So it's clear that there are other children in this state that are involved in drag shows. I look at what she's done to her child and how she sexualized her, and it's horrifying, and it makes me angry that it's sick. We're living in such a horrible time, or I'm just surrounded by a lot of horrible things. It was devastating to see this. And the purpose of drag for adults is it's a sexual thing, and so I find it hard to believe that these people don't actually understand that they're sexualizing these children. And I think it's a whataboutism when they're comparing it to traditional beauty pageants. As much as I don't like toddlers in tiaras, I don't think it's quite the same thing, and I don't think that's the hill to die on. I think it's a distraction.